It was 8:49 in the morning, as rush hour was ending, that the first bomb hit London's transport network 20 years ago. This morning, to mark that moment, the Prime Minister and Mayor of London led a ceremony to lay wreaths at the 7/7 Memorial in Hyde Park. Across the capital, there were similar acts of remembrance at the 4 sites where suicide bombers struck in 2005 and where first responders entered the unknown as they tried to save lives.
As we were going down the escalator, we were the only two on the down escalator, whereas the up escalator was just full of passengers who had been evacuated from the train.
Went down onto the tracks. At that point, we met a police officer coming towards us. We briefly asked him, what's happening? Does he know what's going on? And he just said to us, there's bombs going off all over London.
52 people were killed and more than 770 others were injured that morning in the 3 blasts on the London Underground near Aldgate, Edgware Road and Russell Square stations, and then on a crowded bus in Tavistock Square. Gladys Wundoer was among those on that number 30 bus. She died of her injuries shortly after the attack.
A day like this, I really do consider what I've lost. I've got a 5-year-old, what he doesn't have in a grandmother, kind of what I don't have in a mother or a friend. As you become an adult, your parents become more like your friends and they do like your parents. So I'm really missing that.
At St Paul's Cathedral, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh joined bereaved families, survivors, politicians and first responders in a service of commemoration. Candles bearing the name of the site of each bombing were carried by members of the police, fire and ambulance services and Transport for London.
The good which is in Londoners and the countless visitors who they host at any given moment is not erased by hatred or by threat, or rather is fostered to produce a harvest of hope for each generation.
King's Cross, Russell Square. James Adams, Samantha Badham.
And as the names of those who died were read out, white petals fell from the dome of St Paul's, a poignant reminder of the lives lost in the events of 20 years ago and the permanent scar left on London and the nation. Martha Fairley, ITV News.